Hi everyone, Sandra's Scraps to Beauty, and it is chilly Wednesday night here in New Jersey. Had a big snowstorm. Just get my chat set up here. If you're watching over on YouTube and you don't like to listen to the chit chat or see a happy haul, just fast forward 10-15 minutes and then we'll get into the Dylusions paint with Dyan Reaveley. So they asked me to do cards, so I always laugh because I'm like, I don't do cards, but apparently I do. So there's my little sneak peek of the cards. So you can see there. There's that one, and then there's this one, that one, and then I always give them a bonus card, so that's their bonus card. So they have that. And then some of them didn't want to do cards, some of them wanted to do a layout, so this is my layout that I have for them. Isn't it cute? A little bear. Cute. And so then this one is the other page to it. So you can see that. Cute panda bears, yeah. So, and then I did, oh my gosh, I saw Mindy gifted Ange these stamps. Oh my gosh. So I did wind up getting these, Centauro. They're on Amazon. This one is called, what is this one called? Color Me, it's Color Me in, it doesn't really say, Color Me in Rubber, all it says. The message, I think this one's the message. But they're so pretty, can you see that? Oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks. My teddy bears, I love my teddy bears. And then I love this one too, because sometimes you just don't feel like drawing a face, but I really love this one. And then I got some washi tape. Can you see the washi tape? Barely, you could see it. But I thought this would be cute to do like little girls in that. And then it came with some paper. It didn't come with paper. I ordered the paper. But I love the paper, and you can watercolor it in. So it comes with 22 glitter papers and then 12 color-in papers. So the bears are adorable. Yeah, they're cute. So I'll just flip through it real quick. Then a lot of it's glossy, as you can see. So there's that one. Then there's this. This one's pretty glittery. You can see that one. Yeah, the paper's nice, isn't it? I really like the girls because I figured you could just slap that on for a journal page. This one's cute with the butterflies. It's got some glitter. I don't know if you could see. Yeah, right there. You can see it. Got some glitter on there. Aren't they cute? And then there's another one in the purples. And this one, they all have some type of glitter or gloss. You can see that there. And this one's with the butterflies. It's like part of the stamp there. This one. Pretty too. It's just kind of plain. They're pretty, aren't they? This one's another really glitzy one. It's shiny. And there's this one. The leaves are kind of glittery. You can see that there. There's that one. This is just plain blue. And it's nice that it's one-sided, so when I go to put it in a journal, I don't worry about wasting the second part, but this is the part that I like. Look at these. You can make little cards out of these. Can you see that? So these are the paintables. These are the ones that you can paint yourself. There's that one. These two are the stamps, this one and that one. They're hoping that they're going to make these other ones stamps, but they haven't made them yet. So I like this one too. So you get one of those. I'm going to get two of those. And then here's with a different background, but you can still color the girls in. You can see it's got glitter on there. I like this one with the koi fish. Marie Antoinette. And then that one's cute with the peacock. I really like these. These are the ones I want to journal. Hi, Linda. Look how big that one is. These are 12 by 12 papers, and you can see it's got glitter in. It's got glitter too. And the paper is it's pretty thick, like cardstock. So I think maybe you could watercolor. Probably would be better maybe with alcohol inks, but I'm going to try to do watercolor. Or I might just copy it on watercolor. This one, I love that one with the koi fish. So it'd be nice to do, like, try to match the background on the other side and then add the girl. There's that girl. Then there's this one. Hi, Diane. And then the last one is this one, the Marie Antoinette one, like. So, yeah. So I got those off of Amazon, the stamps as well as the paper. So if you're interested in that, you can find that on Amazon. And then the only other thing I got was, if you saw Patty's stream, that's Patty, she's the Inky Obsession here. On Ustream, she got some paints from Rachel Beth. So let's stick this back in. And so I did not get the ones that Patty got, but I did get the March colors. So let me stick that there. So I wound up getting, so these are the Rachel Beth. She always gives you a little cute card. And then these are the Irish Luck, it's called. So it has, let's see, what's this one called? This one's called Shamrock, Leprechaun, Pot of Gold, and I don't know what that one is. I don't know, Crimson, I don't know, something or other. But they're all greens. So you can see it, a green and a gold. And then she always gives you a sample. This one is Walking on Sunshine. So I did get that. And then the only other thing I got was Jane Davenport came out with some new tapes, washi tapes. So they're kind of sea themed. So you can see she's got another eye there, some seashells, some more of her faces, some shells. So I did get that. You can see that there. So that was in Michael's. Also, they have the Dyan Reaveley. I think I showed you guys this before. They also have Dyan Reaveley's new washi tape. So maybe we'll use some of that tonight. All right, and then I did pull out, these are some tags that I've had sitting like on my board upstairs. So I'm thinking maybe we'll tip these in tonight. So this one is from Joan, and this one's from Dana. So we might tip those in. I have that, and then I've got one from Patty I might tip in. So I have this one from Patty I think would be pretty on a page. Maybe like this page. See how pretty that looks on there? So I might keep it on that. All right. All right, so tonight we're going to work with the Dylusions paints. You're debating on getting the new Woodlands Prima set. You don't know if you repeat colors. Well, when I get mine, you can see mine, Paula. I have them on pre-ordered from Cherry on Top. I have that one, the Confections, the 4 new ones. You know there's 4 new ones, right? Confections, Woodlands, and 2 others. I can't remember what the other 2 others are. All right. So we're going to stay with the... first let me show you how to load the paint pens. Because we were talking about her paint pens, and a lot of people flood their paint pens, and then they get ruined, and, you know, everybody gets mad. You know, and it's, most of the time, it's your own fault that happens. So, let me show you here. So these, I won't do them all, I'll just do one so you can see. And the colored ones are easier to prime than the white one. The white one does take 2 or 3 minutes to prime it. So let's do this one. So I'm going to shake it up a little. And then, so you can see right now it's just white. It's just white in here. So when you look at these pens, they have this little lever. You see this little... It's like a gate that goes open and closed. So if you keep pouncing your pen up and down like that, you're just going to keep flooding paint in there. And then all of a sudden it just starts seeping out the side, seeping all over the place. So the only way to really that Diane tells you to prime these pens, if you need, just hold it down once and then just hold it there. Don't go back and forth, or you will be flooding your pen and it'll be ruined. And it does take, a minute or two, so it took a long time for you to get those to work, yeah? It does take some time. So now you can see here, see the paint is starting to drip through here. It's starting to come down. So again, I'm just going down once and then holding it. Right, and then if you don't use them for a long time, think of it like when you open your tubes of paint. You know how you get that that little goober on your paint and you usually have to peel it off before? So you can see now the paint is starting to come down in here. Hi, Jean. So it's just like your tubes of paint, and you've got to peel that off. So if you don't use these pens for a while, because they're paint pens, they have paint in them, you're going to get that little crusty on there. So what you have to do is take a baby wipe and wipe it off, and then your pen should work with no problem. All right, so there. So now you can see it's down in here, almost to the tip. You can see it's coming down. So it does take a little bit. The little goober, yeah, that's what it is. That. So just think of that's what happens with these pens too. You get a little tiny goober on that little tiny tip. So you've got to wipe it clean with a baby wipe. All right, so let's see. No, not ready yet. But see here, now it's right almost to the barrel. You can see that there. It's right there. So again, I'm just going down once and just holding it. And she does have a YouTube that shows you how she does it. It does take, a while. So, still not down there yet. So it's good 2-3 minutes to load it. And the white's even longer. Because you can't see that white paint coming down, and you think, it's not coming down. It is coming down, but it takes a while. So, nope, still not. Is it? Nope. So I'm just holding it down. You don't want to go up and down with it. So let's see. So you can see I'm just holding it down like that. Okay, there it goes. So, and there it is. You can see that, right? And the thing is, when you work with these pens, you want to work with them straight up and down, like this. Straight up and down. You don't want to tilt it like this, because it's made to work like that when she doodles. But there you can see. So that's the way, and like I said, she does have a YouTube channel on her video of how to prime them. So if you need to take a look at that, you can. All right, so that's the paint pens. You want to use these on Saturday. It doesn't take that long. We did it in like 2 minutes. You guys are so impatient. All right, so we're going to get out our paint. So I think I'm going to start off with, let's start off with the vanilla. So when you're doing the paints, what she suggests is that you pick 3 paints, a light, a medium, and a dark. So we're going to go with the yellow. I'm going to go with the darker yellow. And then, since I don't have another type of yellow, I'm just going to go with the orange, I guess. Let me do that. And then I have orange, but it looks like my 2 colors look so similar. It's like, so this one is Pure Sunshine, and then this one is Squeezed Orange. Look how similar they look. They almost look exactly alike. This one is a tad darker. Paula talking about paints that look the same. It's like either this one is either faded or I don't know what it is. All right, so let's do that. We're going to do with the, we'll go with that. So I got to move my water here. Just don't have enough room in here tonight. If I can stick that there, it'll be all right. Right. Yeah, they look the same, don't they? So I don't know if maybe I didn't have them in the sun, so I don't know why they look so similar. All right, so her favorite thing is Huggies baby wipes. That's what she prefers, what she loves. And then let me move this over. I'm not gonna do that tonight. So the way we're going to load these, she takes the baby wipe. When she's doing her page, let me see if I bring you in one more. Let's see, one more. Yeah. There we go. Well, Huggies is all I use. Is that right? Unscented? Yeah, well, that's what Dyan suggests too. All right, so I'm going to give these a shake. Now, this is a new one. This is the vanilla custard, which is pretty new. I don't know what shape these are in. Because, like I said, mine are like 3 years old. So we'll see what they're like. So we're going to go with the lightest. She always goes with the lightest color first. So she takes a big space, and she takes a lot, she fills that paint a lot there. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to come in here, and you don't want to make the whole page pure color, because you want to come back in here. I see I got red in there somewhere along the line. And then I'm going to take just a little bit more, just so I can do the other page. So that's how she does a quick background. Take the lighter color, then we're going to take, maybe I won't go with the yellow, see what that's like. Oh, it's not too bad. Not too bad. So then she takes a smaller portion. So we did pretty big, so maybe only half that size, and a new spot. We don't want to get that paint on there. So you're just going to do a smaller size. And then you're going to come back in here. I'm going to make a little bit more. And maybe you're just going to do the corners now. So you can see that there. I'm going to have to pull you out one more. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. All right. So now we have that. I better take my jacket off because I use this to go out and I'm probably going to get paint on it. All right. And then we're going to take the Pure Sunshine, which is just this orange. And what you want to do is you just want to outline, just like if you were taking your black acrylic ink. Hi, Kalina. Let's see what that is like. Oh, that's... Now see how thick that is? So she tells you to spray some water in there. So only like 3 or 4 little squirts to because it should be nice and fluid like the custard one is. You can see that was a little thick. Still not too bad though for a 3-year-old paint. And then you're going to take a smaller amount because you're just edging your page now. So really small amount. And so I'm just going to come in here. You don't want to get it perfect, you know, you want it just to big harsh line there. So there you go. So that's what she does for her backgrounds. Then what she does, so that's for this page, right? She takes this baby wipe and she moves on to another page. Let's say this one. And she takes this. If she had a tag, she would put this on a tag if she wanted to do it on a tag. And she gets all the paint pretty much off of here that she can. So then that's the start of another page. Then what she says, you pretty much your baby wipe, like this baby wipe now is kind of dry. It's not really too wet still. So she says if you are a Bible journaler, I'm not, but if you did Bible journaling, that this now is not really wet. It's really damp, and it still has paint in there that you would be able to go over your journal pages your Bible pages and still see the writing, and it would not get your pages soaked. So, at the end, when you're pretty much done with this, even if you want to take, say, dictionary paper or tissue paper, this is a great thing for that because it's not saturated wet. So you have actually 3 uses. You have the first page that you did, which is pretty dark. Then you have the wipe off page, and then whatever's left, you could take, to a dictionary page or your Bible, and then put some more color on there. And then, of course, you can use the baby wipe in your journaling as well. All right, so we have 1 page here. So let's do another one. Let's see if I got another page that we can do here. Let's do this one. And this is pretty dry. So do you see you can work on this pretty much right away if you wanted to. This is a little wet still. But so we're going to come back and we're going to actually use some paint and actually add to the background. But let's do at least 2 pages. So we got that. Let's do a blue and a green. So I'm going to take the, let's do this one, the Mushy Peas. Mushy Peas, this one is Dirty Martini. And then we need a darker one. So that would be this one, the Chopped Pesto. I'm just checking the chat here for a little bit. All right, so we're going to go again with the light. I'm going to take another baby wipe and put these back. Remember, you're still not using any of the purples. You're still going by what she calls the matchables. So you still want to stick to this kind of family, the blue family, and then this kind of family for the red. And then you could add the lilac to this section, or you could add the crushed grape to this section. So, all right, so now we're going to do it with the green. Let's get another baby wipe. And then we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to go with the Mushy Peas. Oh, if I can open it. Oh, there we go. You can see how fluid that is. You see how that moves? That's pretty much what you want your paints to look like. Before I put these away tonight, I'll go in there and spritz the water. And it doesn't dull the, she says it doesn't dull the color. It's just that as it's open now, the water is evaporating. So you're just adding the water back into the jar. So again, I'm going to take a big piece here. And I'm going to dip that all in. So you can see I have a pretty good size there. Hi, Cindy. And again, I am just leaving some space. I'm going on this page. Your whole purpose is not to cover the page. You want all those blank ones. So again, I'm moving on now and getting a smaller. We're going to go on to the medium green, which is Dirty Martini. And you're not going to take as much going to take just a little bit. Oh, right. Yeah, you could just, she doesn't do the distilled water, but yeah, you could do that if you were afraid about getting it moldy. So again, I'm just taking just half the size of what we did last time, say. And then I'm going to just run it on my corners here. Right down the side. Put some in here. So there you have your background there. And you can see it's pretty, as long as you don't saturate your pages, it's dry, pretty much it's dry. So we'll be able to work on these tonight with no problem. All right. And then the last one we're going to use is the chopped pesto. So you just have to remember you need a light, medium, and dark color. All right, so then I'm going to take a smaller, even smaller than what I had. So just add a little bit there. Now my girlfriend says that they have the Dylusions on clearance. I did not see that, so I might have to take a ride there. So this here I'm doing like even smaller. And again, I am just going to, this is pretty dark, so I'm just going to rub it along the sides here. So, and there's another background. Is the dilution stinky? I wouldn't think so. I mean, it has if you put your nose right up to it, it has a smell. But like the way I have it open now, no. But when I got my nose right in it, it's got a little bit of a smell, but nothing really stinky. I wouldn't call it stinky. It smells like paint. All right, and so then again, we're going to, let me see if where's that yellow page I did? This one here. So I'm going to add this green. Let's see what happens. We're going to put this green on here. So all right, now I've got that in there. So now I have another page to work on. Yeah, just normal acrylic paint. Yes, Jean. Yep. So then again, like she says, you could take this now and add it to a dictionary page, and it would not cover the writing. If I have a dictionary page here, I would show you, but I don't. Or your Bible journaling, you put that on there, and it will be light enough that it would not cover or like make your pages so sopping wet. So. All right, so we have 2 pages to work on, 3 pages to work on. And you can see you could close your book right away. It's not going to stick because we put such a light layer on there. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. All right, so let's go to the first one. Where did we do that? This is the thing that here we go. All right. So I think I'm going to take, let's see. Now we want to take the same, well, let me go back to this page since I have the paints out already. You want to go back to this page and you want to go back and use the first two colors that you used. So, and the whole point of this now is, you want to go super light. So let me see if I have some of my old pages to show you. Where are they? Of course, I don't have them in here. Hold on a second. I pulled some out so that I could show you, and then now I don't know where they are. All right, anyway, the whole main thing is, remember I was like talking about sandwiches. So if you're making a turkey club, you know, you've got the bread, and then you've got the one piece of lettuce, and then you've got, you know, one piece of turkey, and then one tomato, one bacon, another piece of bread, you know, and you're piling up like that so that you've got, you know, 10 different layers. You do not want to put your bread, 3 pieces of lettuce, 4 pieces of turkey, 4 pieces of bacon, because then it's already too crowded. You know, it's too crowded. You can't fit all that in a sandwich. Well, that's basically what we're going to try to do here. So we want to go super, super light because we want it to be in the background. We want, when people look at it, you want them to have to really look at the background to see what stencils are there. So here, let me see if I can pull out my other book. Hold on. So I can show you what I mean. So see, so this was the book that I did in class. So here, this is the first one that I did. So you can see now I have this background with the sugar loaf. That's the sugar loaf. You see how nice and light that is? The flowers are light. But then I went too heavy with the dots. So the dots, when you first look at this page, your eye goes right to the dots because it's so much darker than everything else in the page. So our goal is to get everything light, like this cherry page, like I was better on this page. So you can see here, that's super light and right in here. Like you could barely even see that there's cherries there. And then I went a little bit darker here, and then just a slight darker here. So that's what you're trying to do now, is you're trying to dress up the backgrounds, but not have them so prominent that everything speaks to you. See, like this one, because this is so hot pink, you know, you notice it a little bit more. But see how light this one is? It should be light like that. Then this one's kind of light. Then I went a little bit darker here. And then, of course, that draws your eye right there because it's so bright. So that's what we're going to try to do. So let's see. Yeah, let me know how much this is. I would love to know what they put these down to. All right, so, and the main thing now with her paints is, so let's do the mushy peas, because that's going to be really light. Let's try another green. Let's do, we'll do this one, the lime, fresh lime. And then I'm going to come in, I think, with a turquoise. We'll be coming with green. Maybe we'll do the cut grass, so we'll see. So I don't have a lot of dabbers, so maybe I'll go back with it because I have this turquoise one. That's the thing, too, with all these paints, you need like a separate dauber for each one. And if this is the first time you're watching, and if you're wondering why these are pink, Dyan Reaveley wants Ranger to make these in hot pink. So I was like, well, let me just make mine in hot pink. And so she's hoping that Ranger will make hers in hot pink. All right, so that's going to go with that. We need a light green. So I'll use that one for the light green, and we'll use this one for that. All right, so again, we're going with the lightest color. And so the way, this has got brown on here. Let me use this one. So the way to load up these dabbers is, as she says, everybody puts way, way too much paint in your on your dabbers. So really all you want to do, you know what I forgot to do was put my gloves on. You girls can remind me. Where are my gloves? Where are my gloves? There we go. You have only 2 in the whole state? We have 2 that are close to me. 3 if I wanted to travel farther away. right, so my goal now is to get this first layer on super thin. You want to barely see it. So again, you're only going to dip a portion of this. See that? Not even half I should have done. And then what you're going to do is, it's on here. You want to rub this in. So she says you have to do a big circle. So you want to really get that into the whole dauber. So there you could see. So it's covered the whole thing. So now let's see if I can get this super light. So there. Even I probably should go lighter than that. But can you see right there how light that is? And I'm going to do this side. So I'm not putting as much pressure so I could get it a little bit lighter. And then I'm going to go on this side. And she says too, what she does is she usually tries to stay in the same area. Like she doesn't paint her whole stencil. So this way you only have to clean that part of it, you know, which is a good idea. So this one's much lighter, so I went a lot lighter for that one. And then, I need paper towels. Where's my paper towels? So when you don't want to spray water on these to clean them, because with the paint, you just want to clean the paint off. So you just need a paper towel to do that. Otherwise, you'll set the paint in there. Let's go back to that yellow page. I should put a thing in there so I know where it is. So nothing really came off, but see, the stencil is clean now. And it comes right off with just the paper towel. So, all right. So now, let me put, here, I'll put this paper towel in here so I know where that is. So now we want to go in just a little bit darker. So I'm going to go in with, whoops, I forgot I didn't have that top on. I probably still have paint in here, so let's just see if I can grab another stencil. Let's just see if I have anything left in here. And I do. See, I'll bring it up to you in a minute. But I still have paint on this dauber. Oops. And I'm going to put one up in here. So you see, I did not go back and add any paint. And always go in 3 spots. She loves everything in 3s. So that's what I try to do everything in 3s. So you can see there how nice and light that is. Hi, who is that? JK. JKMD. So now you can see. So this one was my first one. I was a little too heavy-handed with it. And then now you can see that these are super light. This one's light. This one's really light. So then we're just going to keep building onto our background. So again, I want to wash this off. I really need something in here. And if you go ahead and clean your stencils, you know, you don't have to worry about it. And it's all nice and clean in here. All right, so we got that done. So let's see, what else do I have? Let's do this one. So with that, I'm going to go in with this one, the Fresh Lime. So even though I've got paint on here, I'm just going to use the same one, only because I don't have a lot of daubers to do one for each color. So, Who is that? Oh, Julie. Hi, Julie. Now look at that one is super thick. So I'm going to add some water in here. I really need to clean the edges of this too. I'm going to give it a good shake. I'll have to add some more water. This is pretty thick. It's still pretty thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to dip. So I've really only got that much, less than half, on my dauber. Again, you're going to take your dauber and make a big circle and put all that paint into your dauber. And there, it's all covered now. So just wipe this up. So now we're going to go in with this one. So I'm just going to come in, I'm going to go very light. And then I'm going to come over this one. And that's what you want, super light, but you have a lot in the background. So there you can see. So you can see that one. See how nice and light that is? So we go there. I've got this one at the bottom there. It's nice and light still. That's nice and light. And up there, that's really light. It's hard to see this one right up here. You can see it there. Barely. So we have the makings of a nice background so far. So we still have some more green paint on here, so we want to use that. So I'm just cleaning this one off. So remember, with the sprays, you're going to use a baby wipe to clean anything. And then with the stencils, with the paint, you're just going to use a paper towel. Because if you use the water, you're going to set the paint. Alright, so let's see what else can we put in here. I really like that squiggly one. Let me get that one. Oh, well, let me do this one with the board. I love this one with the hearts. Now, she says I cut the big one up because it's just easier to do. But for like this little one, she doesn't do that. So she just blocks it off. So I'm just going to block it off with some washi tape. My little thing just fell off there. So I'm just going to put a piece of washi tape on here. So this one, when I use my dauber, it will not go onto the other part. Alright, so I'm going to put some hearts on here. So, and I'm just varying this stencil up and down. So you see how far this paint goes. It goes a long way. So you can see that's still nice and light. I'll bring it up to you in a second. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 6. I do like to do things in odd numbers, so 7. So there you can see. Still, you know, it's a nice background, but nothing really stands out. So you can see how nice and light that still is. And even on this side, super light. Alright, so let's let's see if I got anything else I can put on here. So I'm just going to clean this off with my... Alright, let's see. And then maybe I'll just add some of these flowers. Let's see how much more paint I have on here. Yep, you can still see there's still paint on here. Two, maybe I'll go down here. So there. Just dropped everything. So there you can see. So here's a nice page. Nothing really stands out at you. When you look at it, it just looks like one kind of color. So if we want to be brave now and go just a little bit darker, now that's the part that's going to like jump out at you. But I'm going to try not to go too dark. So we'll go with this. Oh, which one is this? Pointed Jade. This one's really dark. Is it Pointed Jade or do I have the other one? Yeah, I think it is Pointed Jade. Oh, this one's still nice and creamy. All right, so I'm not even, do you see how much I put on there? I'm putting so little on there because this is such a strong color that I don't really want it to be like standing out in your face. I probably should even add some white on here. But you can see even that little bit, how much paint I have now on this dauber. All right, so I'm going to try to go super light. And let's go with, let's see. I really like this squiggly thing that she has. So let's try this. I'm trying not to press too hard. So there you can see now that jumps right out at you. And then I'm going to go right down in here. You saw how little paint I put on there, right? That's the main thing, as Dyan says. You put too much paint. So there we go. So now you can see right away that that jumps right at you. So let's see if I've got the little polka dots. So I don't want you just to be able to see that. There, and then we need one more down here. To there. So I always forget to clean these off too after. So we have a pretty nice background, right? And you go in there with some more color, you know, you can do more things, but we're going to move on. Because then we still have the yellow page to do too. So we're finished with the greens. So what do we got here? So let's go back to this page. Oh, I didn't put the top on that. So before I go put these away, I'm going to go and squirt water on in each jar so that it's not so clumpy. So we're going to do the same thing now, but with the yellows. All right. So let's do some different stencils. I've got this. I had the alphabet. Did you see that? Let's see what I have. Let's do the kitty cats. In New Jersey, you're from New Jersey, Julie? Hold on, I'm just looking for some stencils. I want to get the little, let's use this one at Patty's. I like this one. Oops. Got that. And I really like this one at Patty's. Well, if you have a Hobby Lobby near you, Nina, they're supposed to be on clearance. So I'm going to have to check that out. I don't know how I missed that. All right, so now we want the yellows. So here we go. We need the vanilla custard and the lemon tart, and then we'll go with the pure sunshine. Oh, you've met up with Laurel before? How cool. Yeah, I'm about, I think like an hour and a half from Laurel. All right, so let's use some of this. So I don't know if some of this pink will come through here. We'll have to see. All right, so I'm going to go with, remember you're going with the lightest color first. Oh, no, Hobby Lobby. Ugh. So we're going with the vanilla custard first. Time is it too? I want to make sure I show you her water technique too. So again, see, I have very little on my dauber. And then you want to make sure you do the big circle, rub it all in there. I probably could use a little bit more paint on there, but it'll do. All right, so it probably even went too heavy right there. Probably could use a little less handed, not so heavy handed. There, and it's mixing with this pink that I didn't clean the stencil, so it's mixing in with this pink that I have on there. So you can see that, which I don't mind. It's okay. Or so there we go. So it's light. It's a lot darker than the screen. Like I could have gone a little bit lighter, but it mixed in with that pink. So, so this is one of Patty Tolley Parrish's stencils. It's called Winter. And it was a freebie that we got from iStencils when you ordered from her. So this one's a cool one. I like this because it'll go like netting to me. All right, and then let's see. We'll do like these little flowers. So I'm still going to go with this one. So I'm going to put some of these flowers in here. Oh, I could use a little bit more pink. It's so super light you can't even see it. So I do need to dip in here again. But it's better to go back than have to put so much on and then you have too much paint on there. So again, I put barely anything on there. Again, you're going to rub it in there. Make sure you do a nice big circle, at least 3-4 inch circle. Okay, that's pretty light, so which is okay with me. Yep, that's really light. But that's what you want. You want super light layers. So you can add a lot of layers. Alright, so I'll bring that up so you can see that. So you can see how nice and light that flower one is. If you can see it there. You can see it right there. Alright. So I'll add a couple more, so let's wipe this down. Well, let's put the little kitty cats on here. I like those. I like the cherries too. I want to get the cherries in smaller. I haven't seen the cherries smaller, in the small one like this. Okay. So with that, we're going to go with the lemon zest. And this one still needs some water in there, but then you can see I just added that much, not even half. I rub it in there. Want to really work it into that dauber. You don't want to leave the paint on your mat. You want to get it in there. So you can see there. And that. Right, so then we'll put the little kitty cats down. That's cute. Three. I might put a little bit more in here. One, two, three, four. We need one more spot. And like Diane says, don't worry about getting every little kitty on there. You're going to have to chop some of the body off. You can't possibly get it all on there. You had 18 inches? Oh my gosh, we didn't get that, thank goodness. You're in New Jersey? Oh my gosh, you must be way up north. I do like her method though, of like this, you know, like your stencils wind up being pretty clean afterwards, and I really like it. Alright, where are we now? Alright, so we have pretty nice background. You can't really see anything. It still looks all kind of the same. So let's go in now with the orange. And with the orange, what am I going to use for the orange? I think I'm going to use these little dots. I'm going to go in, and this is a Crafter's Workshop one. They don't have they just have the number. So the number is TCW 361. So again, I'm going to Mount Arlington. Oh, 18 inches. And did you get snow last week too? Do you have power? So many people don't have power in New Jersey. Right, and then don't forget, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to rub this in. So we got that. So I'm just going to come in here with some dots. And I'm trying not to press too hard because you can see that is a lot darker. And then don't forget, you don't want everything to be the same, so you could turn your stencil up and down. 3. I'll put one more down here. So there we go. So we still have a nice... Oh, you just got power back last night. Lucky you. Oh my gosh, so many people still don't have power. Alright, so should I go any more? 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I feel like I want to add some more in here. Just trying to find another spot that I haven't used yet. Alright, there we go. Oh, that's true. Yeah, if you don't have these, you could use the makeup wedges. Yep, that's what Jean says. Alright, so let's wash this off. And there's still paint on there that I could get rid of. A lot of people might not like going through this step, cleaning it, but I don't mind it. But everybody has their own, unique way of doing theirs. Alright, so I'm going to add some of these. I might want to go just a little bit darker, so I'm going to add just a tiny bit more orange. I mean tiny. Just that much. Can you see it? Just that. So the way she uses these paints, I could see these jars lasting a long time. And then don't forget, you gotta rub it in. So there's that. I'm still going over it, but you can still see it underneath. Right, yeah, it is easier for me. Yep, my RA, it's much easier, Jean, yep. Because it just fits like so perfect in your hand. Alright, so I have 1, 2, 3. That's 4. We need one more. Right, there we go. So that's a pretty nice background now. Still, nothing really is too much in your face. You can see that. You can see that background there. That one, this one is, I think this one is a Dina Wakley one. I forget what this one's called. I like this one. This might be one of our new ones. I don't remember. All right, so now, what time is it? Oh, we got plenty of time. Good. So now what she does is she goes with the background. So we're finished with these. We want to go with some black paint now. what she does is she adds a border, and I want to show you her technique of, hi Lynn, her technique of like lifting the paint up. Right, so let's, since we're staying on here, let's stay with this. My stencils are like all over the floor. Oh my gosh. Alright, so where are my big stencils? I'm looking for the border stencils, the big ones. Do you see that anywhere? Anywhere? Anybody? Hold on, let me see if I can find them. Believe me, I am usually have everything out, but it's hard to find things when you're like spread all over the place. I just had them, so I just don't, like, where are they? Where did they go? I have the little ones, but I want to show you with the little ones. I wanted to show you with the big ones. Whoops. They gotta be here somewhere. Nope, here we go. Got them. Got them. Alright, and then we need the black paint. Black paint is in here. It's the brown. Oops, sorry if that's hurting your ears. Dig through the paint. Alright, so we got black. So now this is where she goes and she, after she's satisfied with her pages, she goes and she uses, let's wipe this up clean. She uses her border stamps now, her stencils, her stamps. Okay. So let's see. Let me go with this one. I really like this one as one of her. You could use the whole thing, so you could put that down like that if you want. I like to use just portions of it, so you're just going to use part of it. So now this is where she goes in. Does she go in with archival ink, or I'm trying to think if she does archival ink now with this, or if she does her black paint. Well, we could do, I'm sure you probably could do archival or the black. I can't remember now. I think we did it with the black paint. Alright, so, and look at my black is like super goopy. Super goopy. If I can get the black and the pink in Hobby Lobby, I'd like to get those. This is still good, but here it's just like a big pad of paint stuck. Well, a little less. Alright, so again, I'm going to go in here. So I've got just a little bit of paint. You can see there, not even half. And again, I'm going to go in here, stick that on there. And I'm only going to do, half, I think. I'm just going to come in here. I got that, so you can see that there. And then she says, you know, you don't want to be doing this and like crossing your arm over, so just flip your book. Flip your book so that you're, you know, doing it the right way. So again, now I'm going to do this side. And I want to put something here, so I don't want to get any black on my green pages. So I'm just making sure that I have a solid dot there, and I got one solid dot there. And I don't want to get these little dots in there, so just double checking myself here. And if you were afraid you were going to get black on this side, you would just put a piece of paper on there. And so we have that now. So again, I'm turning my book. And I'm going to go down here at the bottom. I'll make sure I go the right way. So can you see there? Yeah. So I'm just trying to hold it down. And then you can just line it back up. We got that down so far. You like the yellow page? Oh, the black. Yeah, the black looks awesome. But that's what she does with all of her pages. After she puts whatever color, you'll see. If you go on my blog, I have all the pictures from her journals that I took in class. And like I said, she usually only does one page spreads. She likes to do one page only. It's rare that she does two. But that's what she does. She does all her backgrounds, then she does all her borders. So then after you've got all that done, then the fun part is you can just go crazy with collage. That's why she cuts everything. She has a whole bunch of collage ready to go. So, all right, so I'm going to do this one. And notice I still have not re-wet my my stamp, my dauber. See, now this is what she says not to do. I really should turn this book this way so that I'm not crossing over. This reminds me like a honeybee, what do you call it? All right, we got that, and then we're going to finish this one here. So there we go. Thanks, Eileen. Looks cool, right? So we have that going. So, all right, so let's, and it's dry already, so I can go ahead and close this page, like I said. And so next thing we can do is we can collage on here. So let's do a border on our other page, the green page. Just this one. So let me clean this. She was always like, clean those stencils. People were like, they don't clean. And it's because they were using water, trying to use their baby wipe to clean it. And it really is much quicker to do it with just the paper towel. Thanks, Julie. All right, so let's use another border for this page. So maybe we'll use maybe the flags. I really love the hearts. I really love the hearts. I like how because you would think you would have to use this as a border, right? I'm going to put just a tad bit more black on here, just a tad. And see, just that much more. You can see it right there. I didn't put a lot on there. Alright. I really love how she uses this heart one to do this. Because I like it to look like kind of a forest. So let's say we're going to put mushrooms on the bottom here and put fairies on this page. That's the way I see the page. Alright, so I'm going to come down here. So you can see how nice that looks. Then I'm going to come here. I'm not going to go all the way, just part of the way. So then there's that. This one I'm going to add here. So just because it is a border one, you don't have to use it like a border, especially this heart one. You guys know I love hearts anyway, so. All right, we're going to use a small one here. I'm going to use even a smaller one. So there's that. And don't have to worry about getting it like fully black. Like that looks nice that I didn't really get really dark in there. So I think I'm going to go just a little bit more here. So see how nice that looks? I'll bring it up closer so that you can see. I want to bring this one down low or big. I'm going to stick one more in here, just a little one. So I'll have 4 on this page and so there you can see. So even though, thanks Paula. So even though I didn't get it fully covered, it just adds to the charm of it, you know. You don't want to, you know, have everything like pitch black. So see, I missed a little bit there. I missed some here. I missed some right here. So thanks, Cheryl. But so even though this is a border one, it looks really cool like that. And like I said, I'll probably put a big fairy here, put some mushrooms in here. Just kind of looks like foresty, doesn't it? All right, so let's clean this. All right, so we've done that. So now these pages, if I was happy with the backgrounds, is ready for collage. Oh, the other thing too with these hearts, see how it has, and I keep forgetting on this one, see how it's this little point right here? You don't want to go back and forth. You want to keep going down in the direction of the heart so that it doesn't prick up like that, like I just did. So you just want to make sure you wipe this one straight down. You don't want to go up and down like that, because then you'll lift up those little points. All right, so that's one way. We could have gone all the way around. You just would have to remember that, you know, the hearts would be like sideways. Oh, thanks, Joan. Yeah, Yeah, so I really like that. I wish I had a little fairy that we could put on this page right now, but I don't. But see how nice the background, so it's still nice and light. You can see that darker one, but it just adds. I really love that border. All right, so where are we now? Where's the yellow page? All right, so let's go to this page. So what can we put on this page? I'm trying to think. Oh, before we do that, so this is ready for collage. I can go ahead and collage this page, and I can go ahead and collage this other one, wherever it is. And then we could also write on these, now that the spray is dry. Oh, so here's my Posca pen. I'll use my Sharpie. It's not going to ruin your pen now, so I could go in here and create little dashes. Now that the spray is dried for more than 24 hours, you're able to use your white Posca pens. I'd be able to use my paint pen with no problem. But now I want to show you what she does with her stamps, what she calls reverse resist. I forget what she lifts the water up, so I'm going to show you that. So this was the spray that we did. Oh, thanks, Nina. The dripping hearts, yeah. Alright. So she has these stencils. Let's see where they are. This one. And you've got to read, because I forgot to read that the front and the back. It says front, and that's the way you have to. If you want these stamps to work with the stencils. So I don't know if you can see right there that says front. So if you were to put their stencil down like this, this would not line up with this. You've got to make sure that you have this straight up. Right, so remember this is spray now. So what she does is she always angles her stencils, whatever she's going to use. So let's do this one first. So I'm going to come in here with the black. I'm going to have to add a little more paint to here. I'm going to add a little bit more, but you can see there's that. And it looks good when it's not, you know, fully covered. It just gives it more interest, but I'm going to add just a tiny bit more. Just not, you could see, not even, I barely touched it. And then what she does is she comes in with just a little bit more angled. Ooh, that's really dark now. And then this one, a little more. All right, so we have that done now. So let's do this. This off. Now we need our archival ink. So we need this. And these don't stamp directly. You know, she does her doodling. It's never exactly right on. It's always a little off. So that's how these stamps are made, to be just a little off. So. And then you could cut the page, you know, she does where she cuts the pages and she does 3 or 4 pages. We didn't have time to do that in class, but that's something else you could do. But the nice thing about her, she doesn't use any heat guns. She doesn't have to worry about things drying because they've already dried, you know. So she really doesn't use a heat gun at all. Usually, and when you want to take these off, you don't want to pull this and stretch it out. You want to pull the backing part off. That's even hard. Well, you know, for me it's hard. It's really on there. Gosh. All right, so we're going to attempt to match this up. So like I said, it's not going to line up exactly like that, because when she doodles, you know, she doodles fast and crazy like. That was the other thing. She's like, when I want to hear you guys stamping, I don't want to hear this. She says, I want to hear fairy feet like this. She is funny though. All right, so we got that. So I'm going to try to, I have to go over here so I can kind of see. Okay, so there you can see. So it's off. It's always going to be off. It's never going to be exactly on. So let's do this other one. And still I could probably been a little bit closer, but we'll see. Yeah, she says she doesn't want to hear it. It's so loud. Yeah, she wants to hear fairy feet. All right, so this one, I'm going to try to get a little bit better than I did the first one. So that was better. You can see that I stamped it just a little bit better. All right, and then this one, we just need the little tip part. This one in here. And so this, we want to just get this part. I want to try to line up the stem, maybe. Hi, Linda. Oh my gosh, how are you? So there. So then we have that. So now you can see that is... Oh, shoot. I wasn't supposed to do that. What you're supposed to do is afterwards, you were just supposed to go back in here and clean your stamp so you'd add a ghosting effect. Darn. Let me do that again. Just do it really light. Stamp it off in the back. So you're actually supposed to go in between here and stamp and clean your stamp. So there you can see, so it's like ghosting in there. All right, so now people used to put bleach in their water pen, but we did not do that with bleach. We just did it with regular water pen. Thanks, Cheryl. Yeah, so there you go. You can see that now. So now what we're going to do is actually take the, I forget what she calls this technique. Oh, I don't remember. You're going to take your water pen, and we need a paper towel. I'm going to bring you in closer for this so you could actually see what I'm doing. So hold on here. There we go. All right, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take your water pen and you're going to pick 3 leaves. So I'm going to pick these 3 leaves right here. And I'm going to do this, this, and this, and then go in right away with my, maybe we weren't supposed to do it with the paints. Maybe we were supposed to do it with the ink. I thought it was the paints. Then you're going to take the next 3. So I'm going to do these 3. This one, and this one. And you're going back over those same 3. Might have to do this back over again with the ink, because it doesn't look like it's lifting. It should lift. So maybe we did do it with the ink. I don't know. It should lift though. See, it's not lifting at all. She says you really shouldn't do this more than 3 times. Oh, there it goes. Now it's lifting. There it is. So I did that, and I'm going to go back and do these same 3. Oops, you can't see. So there, you can see it should look more like this, where it's like lifting up. So let's try it again. So I'm going to go back over these because I only did that once. Or did I do it twice? Back over that. And I'm going to, I know I'm only supposed to do it 3 times, but I'm going to go back over that again. I'll show you in my other book. It looks a lot better in my other book. So again, I'm going to pick 3. Maybe I put too much paint down in the beginning. 3, and I'm going to lift that. Up. So then you're going to do these 3 again. Pick 3 more. And then go back over and lift that up. Let's do this one more time, and then I'll bring it up closer so you can see. Maybe I have to wipe that off some. Yeah, maybe that's I'm not wiping my pen off in between. Did I do that one? I think it would be better with bleach, but that's the way she does it. Like, these didn't lift hardly at all. Like, why not? Now you need stamps and stencils. But see, you really should lift up like this one. See how that is? Let me get my book that we did in class so you can see the difference. But that's how she does it. She does 3 at a time, then she goes back and does the 3 over again. So it should look more like this. Let's see, where is it? Got it? Here it is. So here, can you see? See how it lifted? Right here? So that's how it should look. You can see that there. I actually think I used the wrong stamp now that I'm looking at it. Right. I should have stamped this over. That's what happens. So it's more open so that you can take out the paint underneath. But you get the idea. So this is what it should look like. And you can see how it just takes off. It's just very faint. Yeah, it's always an endless list. So you can see, so now this one will go, or this one? This one will go like this. Let me move you back out. So there you can see it now. So it's a pretty technique. you know, if you wanted to do something like that, you could, you know, that's another one of her techniques. Let me see if I can. We don't have time to do this one, but this one was where she actually, we picked 3 colors, and so we blocked 3 spots. So here was the light yellow, and again, it's like light, medium, dark. Then we went in with the blue, and I missed this one. I only did 2, so I had to kind of squeeze that other one in here. So that was 3. And then I went in with the dark blue, and then with the purple. And still I have to, let me see, where is, do I have my tool here? Let me see if I can just do it with this. I don't know if this will. So now the idea is to come in here and quilt. So it's like a quilting pattern. You know, you doodle. So you can see that. Can you see that there? It's hard to see. Oh, that's true, Jean. So you can see. So now it's just a matter of like doing quilting stitches or whatever you want. But that's another technique that she shows. And we did it with the round dauber. So if it was hard to get like the corners and get it really squared. If you have some of the old daubers that have the, you know, this one that has this, it would be a lot easier to get that. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, as long as you're, once you put the stitching in there, it doesn't really show. Thanks, Jean. Yeah, just a variation. Yep. That's true. Don't have to copy everything she does. So here's another one where she actually put the, she did the stencil. And this is more her type, just doing the 1 page. And then she had one of her stencils here, and then we just blocked it out. And then what happens is, you'll have, you know, I cleaned the stencil. So instead of cleaning it, what she calls it is ghosting. So let me see where I did that. So here I actually cleaned the stencil and actually brought it in. This was a little dark. I did one that was a little bit lighter that you can see. Let's see. Let's see if I can find that. Maybe I didn't. I thought I had. Oh, yeah. So we also did this. If there's a page that you don't like, you just hate the background. So you could just mostly paint it all in, and then it doesn't look so bad. Like, I really didn't like this page at all. But once I blocked it in, it was fine. And then I did the same thing. I put the mask here and then wiped it off, and I had that. Let's see what else. This was another one of her techniques. We took that stencil, that crazy stencil. I think it's called Scribble. I don't know where it is now. And then we colored it in with the paint pens. And then just blacked it out. So that was another technique. And then, I'm trying to think what else I had to show you. Anything else? See, that's what that page looked like before. I didn't like that with the brown. She made us use brown. I was like, ugh. I didn't like that brown. So there again, there's that one with the hearts. I love that with the hearts like that. So that was the same thing if you wanted to go in and color this all in and then put a mask on here that would look like that. Like, and I didn't like this page at all. And this is where she took the sprays and then wrote with the sprays. And then, so I didn't. But this is what she does. This is her border. She loves doing black borders, as you know. And then this was another one. We took a page and then we just folded it up. And then these are pockets. So you can see these are pockets in here. Maybe 2 more tags for here. So I'm trying to think of anything else I need to share. We pretty much did everything with the paints that we did in class. So here's another one. This is one of her borders, and we just painted the border in there. We added this little flip, and that's where we use that ruler to cut out the one that's got the this one here. So you just put that on there. We just trim this out, and she'll do this with 3 or 4 pages, and then just vary it so that you've got another one, another page, or she'll add another flip through. She also did a page where, and I think I have it on my blog, where she actually cut She cut little slits in here and made like a little pocket. That was a cool page. Anything else? Oh, here's the ghost. This is the one that I really like, the ghosting. And that was after I did that one. You just cleaned your stencil off, and that's what she calls ghosting. I think that's pretty much it that we did. The paints, there really wasn't, with this technique, it was the backgrounds mostly, and then just bordering it out. We did use some more of her, more stencils to add, like this is her brick stencil, I think. So you don't always have to go all the way around. Sometimes she just did little pieces, and then she would stand one of her ladies on here, and then journal in there. So I think that's pretty much it. So there's one of my other backgrounds. This one's a crazy background. And that was just cleaning off stencils from there. So, but remember, this Sunday I will be with Patty at the Queen's Ink taking Zest class. So I will be able to show you that next Wednesday with his new embossing powders. I'm surprised I didn't get them in the mail today because he said he already shipped them to me. So hopefully they'll come. And then what else? So no show on Sunday, and then Wednesday we will do Seth's class. And then if you have any questions, just pop them in the comment section below. If I can answer them, I will. We didn't play with any of the purples, but you can add as long as you add the right colors, and you can get this off of their Ranger site, the blog. As long as you use the crushed grape with these colors, and as long as you use the lilac with these colors, you won't make any mud. So anybody has any questions? I think that's pretty much it for tonight. So I hope we didn't even get to tip in any of those things. I really wanted to tip in that. Oh, did I lose my chat? Looks like I might have lost my chat there. So let's see. This backwards. So maybe I'll tip in that of Patty's. Oh, here's the one that I did the other day with Barbie. I still didn't come up with a quote for this page, so I'll have to do that. I'll have to come up with a quote for that. And then, yeah, this is the one I think I am probably going to tip in here, and then I don't know what else I'm going to put on this page, but I think I'll tip this in there. Oh, thanks, Paula. Thanks, Dr. Dorothy. Which other paints is similar? You probably could really use any paint with this technique. It's just that her paints dry so much faster that you probably would just have to wait for your paints to dry a little bit more. Thanks, Julie. But I'm sure you could do this with, any of the other paints. Same thing with the sprays. If you had Lindy sprays, I'm sure you could try this technique with that. So, thanks, Joan. I have Joan's I wanted to tip in here, too. I have Dana's. This one's the one Joan made me. I wanted to tip that in. I might even tip it in right here. Tip it on this page, and then when you flip it over, it's like that. So I might put that one there. And then I have this other one from Dana. I really want to do something with that. So I don't know if I'll put it on this page. But, well, something to play with, so. But, all right, so remember. Oh, thanks, Cheryl. Thanks. You learned a lot. Good. Like I said, if you have any questions, you can always, email me or leave them in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. But, yeah. All right, so I'm going to say good night, and then hopefully I will catch you next Wednesday. No stream on Sunday because I don't get out of class till 5. Grab something to eat, and it's like a 3-hour ride, 4-hour ride, so I won't get home till after 9, I'm sure. So, you're welcome. All right, good night, everyone. So let me just stick that. So I really like this page. I think I'm going to have to put either, I think a big bee, maybe one of Tim's bees. Maybe we'll do Seth's cloth, Seth's embossing powders on this page. I think with a bee theme would look really cool, so. And if you're going, if you're interested in Seth, he's also having a one-to-one conversation, a interview with Barb Owen on her YouTube channel, I think it's April 5th, whatever the first Friday is. So you can check that out. Well, she'll talk to him live. And I'm sure he'll talk about his embossing powders there too. So, all right, so I'm going to say good night, and I will see you next week. Bye, everyone.